In the last year, I've had to make a number of big decisions, ones that didn't just impact me, but my family, my clients, and the future of my work. And what I've learned is this: you can't think your way into clarity, but you can move your way there. In this episode, I'm sharing the exact practice that's helped me keep momentum, even while still deciding. Because the weight you're feeling, it's not always about doing too much. It's often about holding too many decisions in limbo, and the fastest way to lighten your load is simpler than you think. Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Sheila Botelho, and I believe true success is built from the inside out. This minisode is designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. And depending on when you're listening to this, we've just passed Labor Day here in Canada, which always feels like a punctuation mark. It's like this reminder of work, rest, and all the seasons that we cycle through in our lives, in our businesses, and even in the way we carry our responsibilities. And if you're like most of the people in my world, this turn of season might come with a very specific kind of heaviness. Not the heaviness of like hustle exactly, but the weight of thinking about everything. Like the decisions you've put off, thinking about what you could be doing, thinking about how to get it all right. And in the last few episodes, we've been talking about hustle versus sustainable work and how easy it is to miss your actual life when you're busy building a business that supports it. And today, I want to bring that conversation home because I find the heaviest thing that we all can be carrying is often not really our to-do list. It can be our indecision. So let's talk about that. There's the visible work where we're putting together offers and drumming up business, coaching the team, showing up on the socials, and making the delivery of what it is that you're offering to your clients. But then there's the invisible load we don't always talk about, the mental tabs that we keep open. Those questions we ask ourselves, like, should I shift my offer positioning? We're in a new season now. Do I keep going with this mastermind or do I restructure it? Is this partnership still aligned, or am I just afraid of letting go? Should I be launching now, or should I wait until after the holiday season, until everybody's back in the swing? And a big one, should I be hiring more for this next season, or should I hold off? These are the quiet questions behind the curtain of the show that we're running. And if you're anything like me, they can feel heavy in ways that are hard to explain to most people. You see, over the last year, I've been in the midst of several major decisions, and they haven't just involved me. I mean, they often will involve other people, right? When we have these decisions that we're making, like they've involved my family, my clients, the vision for what's next in my work and life. And I'll be honest, some days it felt like I was living in a bit of a fog. Not because I didn't want to make any specific moves, but because I was so wrapped up in getting it correct that I wanted to maybe delay taking the next steps until I realized something that really was a reminder that I needed to tell myself once again that changed everything. And that is that clarity does not always come first. Sometimes it arrives once you get moving. So I developed a practice, nothing fancy, something super simple because I already had enough things going on in my mind. And I've come to call this moving while deciding. And what it looks like is I sketch the current possibilities out in front of me without trying to force an outcome so I can see them and see those options. And then I check in with my values, my energy, and the non-negotiables I know that I need to honor. And that's why having your own list of non-negotiables, your own personal mission statement for how you show up in your life and how you operate your business is so important. Then I take a small aligned step without knowing exactly how it will play out. Now, it can look different depending on the decision, right? Sometimes it's just sending the email, just putting the feelers out there. Sometimes it's booking the meeting. And sometimes it's just saying no before I feel 100% ready. And you know what happens every single time I do this? I get more data. I get the feedback and the clarity that I need to know what to do next because I've made the space for it. I've taken the step, but I've created the space so that I can actually then take a look at that data. It's just like when we leave the house every single morning, we don't have all the answers. We have a sense of direction, a loose plan, a map for maybe what we want our day to look like. But we also know we're going to have to adjust along the way because life doesn't move in straight lines. And there's so many other people we are bumping into throughout the day where our decisions impact them and their actions impact us. When we hold off on decisions, waiting for certainty, one thing I have definitely found over time is we delay our next season of growth. But when we allow movement to be part of the decision making, we become co-creators with clarity. One recent decision that I made was to let go of a very successful part of my work, something I'd spent years building. And on paper, it really made sense to keep it. The numbers were good, things were growing, there was direction and some really cool things coming down the line. And I had some sense of control, but energetically, it was costing me more than it was giving. And when I let it go, just one decision, I didn't just create space in my calendar. I created space in my mind and body. And then the other ideas and plans and parts of my business I was working on created more flow. And it felt like I was more connected to my family and my clients and really where I'm headed as well. Because sometimes the next level doesn't require more doing. It actually requires maybe releasing something, taking something off of your altar of attention and allowing space to open up for everything else to come in. So if you're feeling heavy right now, please know you're not broken. You're simply holding too much in limbo. You don't need to overhaul your business. You don't need like a 5-step funnel today. You just need to release one thing that's been keeping you stuck in pause mode. So pick that one thing and move with it, and the clarity will meet you there eventually. And on Thursday, I'll be sharing how to know when it's time to pivot your business model and the signs to look for before the burnout hits. Thanks for listening. Check out all of the different things going on over here in the show notes that you may be able to benefit from. And I will see you on the next episode.